Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya eva cha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Desire tree. Taru is tree, eh? Taru is tree. Vansha, desire, kalpa. Anyway, Vansha kalpa taru means desire tree. Okay. Well, desire tree.
Desire tree.
Okay. Vansha kalpa taru, tarubhya, cha, and. Kripa Sindhu. Kripa Sindhubhya. Sindhu means ocean, and Kripa, mercy. So, ocean of mercy.
Ocean of mercy.
Cha and. Kripa Sindhu. Patitanam pavanebhyo. They are the purifier of the fallen.
Purifier of the fallen.
Vaishnavebhya. To the Vaishnava. Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Repeated obeisances. Okay, so everything almost you have said on the care. Not of course everything you said a lot. You study a lot, you practice a lot. So this verse not so obvious, not so easy to understand. Translation, I offer repeated obeisances to the Vaishnava who are like desire tree and also their ocean of mercy toward the savior of the fallen people, fallen souls. So, devotee care. Well, the title devotee care is not, it means devotee care. It's not only just care in general to everybody, which is important also. But the subject is devotee care. Maybe it's a little different, or maybe not different, but at least some specificity for devotee care. Yes, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha. We may ask that, how can we consider somebody here on this earth, all the devotees, as desire trees, able to fulfill all our desires? That's really, it's a lot. Anyone here feels like a desire tree, able to fulfill all desires? Kripa Sindhu, yeah, an ocean of mercy. Anybody here feels like an ocean of mercy?
We feel it sometimes what is expected.
Sorry, repeat?
We feel it sometimes what is expected.
Yeah. She. Patitanam pavanebhyo. Anyone here feels like the purifier of all the fallen souls? Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So devotee care of those persons. How to understand that? I try to think about it. Well, care in general, that's more easy, more natural for us, at least for a normal, average person in this world, to care for others. That's a moral principle. Anybody who has any moral feeling, values, sentiment, education. So through morality, through education, through sentiment, one cares for others. You see somebody suffering, by education, by feeling, by ethics, you care for the person, or you feel something at least, you try to. That's a general principle. Also on the level of piety, pious person, like somebody who believes in a unity of humankind and under the blessing of the Supreme. There is this golden rule, or basic rule: do to others. First, don't do to others what you would not like to receive to you, and do to them what you would like to receive. That's a very important rule. It's basic human behavior, basic care for others, and it's golden rule. It's encompass nicely this principle of caring for others. Yes, it is from more like a pious level. I think it is. It was a sutra from Lord Jesus. Do to others what you want, and don't do that. Well, the fact I don't know, but the feeling at least I have is that sometimes we may feel like in Western piety, pious life, it becomes very much like be kind to others. Okay, general care. And God is somewhere there, somewhere above, and it's okay, He will be happy if you care for others like that, which is a fact, very nice. And it seems, I feel, on the eastern side, it's more like care for the Supreme, and everything else will be okay. So some may be looked like, oh, it's a little material, and where is the transcendental aspect of caring for the soul, like that. The other one is maybe, otherworldly consciousness or care, but not so much concern by the poor, the needy, like that. So of course both has to be there. So this general care for others, don't speak of devotee specifically, but general care for others, it's a must. It's a human being, be you, atheist or normal person, or Hare Krishna, or whatever, Muslim, Christian, or whatever. It's just basic, necessary behavior, to care for others. But on the other side, on another side, we speak today of devotee care. So what is really different? What is specific? Must be something specific since in the Upadeshamrita, Asat Sangha Tyaga, that's not from Upadeshamrita, that's Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, what is the behavior of a devotee? He said, first thing, Asat Sangha Tyaga. You renounce, you keep a little aloof from those who are asat, those who are not into spiritual life. Materialistic people, that includes materialistic, atheists, Mayavadis, and be aloof from that. Some strong recommendation on that, very strong. I notice in Upadeshamrita, the purport where Gopaswami explained to us that we should not be in order to progress in our devotional life to associate with asat, with materialistic, impersonalist, Mayavadi, atheist people. And I want to read. One must, Prabhupada comment, one must, after having explained how we relate with each other and with volunteers and people coming like that, parallelly, one must avoid to associate with so-called yogis, philanthropes, jnani, karmi, because their association will not give any benefit for anyone. Philanthropes. Wow, it's nice, philanthrope, One who loves others or likes others. No, because their association will not give any benefit to anybody. Yeah. And also, like that. Srila Rupa Goswami explained that one must reject the association of materialistic people and look only for the association of devotees, Sangatyagat Saturite. And therefore this ISKCON movement has been founded in this spirit, which means to facilitate exchange between devotees through 6 ways of affectionate dealings. Yes, so, yes, of course, one can understand that spiritual care is something very specific, and one should not misunderstand it, mix it, put it on the same level as general care. Doesn't mean that we should reject general care, of course. This would be very hard-hearted. We know the classic story of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta asking his even more Grihastha disciples to give money to the needy, to the beggars in India, and Thakur explained, if you don't do that, you just become very hard, instead of so-called transcendental person who is above that. So there is a balance. between this necessary general care behavior, some heart for everybody, but a higher principle for devotees. And if we want to develop our transcendental, our devotional consciousness and life, and go back to the spiritual world, Rupa Goswami, Prabhupada tell us, oh, you have to be careful with association with materialistic and Mayavadis, so-called philanthropists, yogis like that, and you really have to look for the association of genuine devotees of the Lord. Is it sufficiently clear for everybody that this basic golden rule of general care for everybody, others, human beings, animals, everything, that's a human being, but higher principle on the spiritual level, and especially devotional level, devotee care the subject. Yes, even Prabhupada said, Rupa Goswami said, this non-understanding the different levels and caring for everybody, we don't see any difference between someone who turned to God and someone who just remained amongst human beings in this world. This will be an obstacle on the path of devotional service, an obstacle. So now, how can we speak about the specificity of devotee care? Where is it discussed? I remember easily three verses, three aspects. Metri, friendship. It is said that Madhyam Adhikari, a middle level devotee, he worships the Lord and he has to develop friendship with others. Devotee care, when you have friends, you care for them. A friend in need, a friend in need, something like that. Okay, so that's, and you are kind, you care also for the innocent who are in need, even though not fully devotee, but they are innocent, they are not opposed. But you keep aloof from those who are, determined materialistic life, atheistic, Mayavadis, so-called lovers of everybody, just not God, and like that. So that's one aspect. Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyam, and Uttama. So Kanishta, according to the Shastra and Acharyas, before being a Madhyam Adhikari, you first have to be at least a Kanishta, which means to worship God, to bow down in front of the deity. That there is someone above me. Yes. Sometimes one may be carried away by the enthusiasm of love in this world or doing good to others and put away God. Well, according to Shastra, scriptures and Acharyas, the first big step above that is to bow down to the Lord. Then, because this is very impressive in life, when you really, God exists, and He is supreme, I am dependent, subordinate, and He is only one, supreme. That's a big step. And one may be a little impressed or bewildered by that and forget about everybody else. Yeah. So the second step, Madhyamadikari, middle step, is to worship this Lord. Worship, specific relationship, is supreme. And be friend with those who also recognize that God is great and we are small. We have to serve Him, depend on Him, and also show compassion, care also, to those who are not opposed to this consciousness. So, Maitri, friendship. Another verse related to devotee care specifically, Dadati Pratiklinati, Guyam Akyati Prichati, Bhukte Bhujayate Jayam, Sat Lidi, Priti Lakshana. The Priti Lakshana, Priti means affection. So the sign of affection shown between devotees or devotee care can also be said like that. Exchanging intimate feelings, intimate thoughts, part of a life, consciousness like that. Exchanging gifts with affection, exchanging prasad, food. This is intimate, to invite or receive food like that. This is intimate relationship. We care for somebody in general, okay, but we care for devotee from the heart. That's the difference. It's not just social, educational, moral. It's from the heart. Pretty. And another verse. Oh yeah, Samavita Bhakta Vrindaki Jai. We say at the beginning of the Premadvani, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrindaki Jai. Well, that comes right after, Srila Prabhupada and before Haridas Thakur and Parshatattva and Radha Krishna. So it's like this Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrindaki Jai is more like all the great acharyas. And then to finish, as Prabhupada was saying with full enthusiasm like that, Samaveta Bhakta, Bhaktas, we are Bhaktas. To be a Vaishnava is not a little thing, like Vanchakalpatra Vyasha. It's not a little thing. So Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrindaki Jai. All glory is to the great devotees of the Lord, those who are pure soul, exemplary devotees, masters. But Samaveta Bhakta Vrindaki Jai. All glories to all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glory, toute gloire aux dévots assemblés. So that's for all the devotees, all of us, like that. I don't know the meaning exactly of Samaveta, Bhakta Vrinda. Vrinda means the group, the assembly, the group. But Samaveta, anyone knows? No, huh? So we have to research that. Samaveta. Anyway, the translation is given by Prabhupada is all glories to the assembled devotees. So all glories to the devotees and something interesting, assembled devotees. Devotees may be devotees and devotees may be assembled devotees. It's not a detail. Or maybe it's a detail, but may not be. I thought about that because Vanchakalpatra Vyasha, we offer obeisances with this mantra to Bhaktas. We are to us. Ocean of mercy, desire trees, purifier like that, and we do it sincerely. But how to feel it, how to understand it really? Well, maybe this assembled devotee is like me, Because individually we are practitioner, aspiring devotees, bhaktas. That's no doubt about that. A little more some, a little less others, but not big difference in general, a few are. So, but, and as such, difficult to be an ocean of mercy. Well, the level we are trying to find out, some mercy is not so easy. And we are trying to fulfill desire of our prayers, like that. But if we are assembled, if we cooperate, it's use a word like that, what does it change? Well, that may relate us, that may connect us much more with those Vaishnava, great masters. They are not concerned only by their own individual devotion. They want, to spread the mercy, like ocean of mercy, and because this is the desire of the Lord, He is Hambija Pradapita, He is the Supreme Father of everybody. Then those who are concerned with all of everybody, then they become ocean of mercy, they become desired tree by the power, empowered by the Lord, by His power, by His mercy, by His like that. Yes, they are actually worthy of Vanchakalpato. And also those who follow in their footsteps or follow the instructions. Let's be together. Let's work together cooperatively to spread this mercy and to get this power to do it. So, like Prabhupada's ISKCON movement, it's a very, very powerful movement, because it's together. And it is the result is that many more persons are receiving powerful mercy, from those, from Lord Chaitanya, from those Acharya who are concerned with cooperative movement for the benefit of mankind, of everybody. So a special Shakti in that. And the ocean of mercy, special Shakti by the Lord who is Namo Mahavadanyaya, specifically merciful. And this united effort to be the servant of the Vaishnava, compassionate and direct followers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that requires quite some introspection and renunciation, realization, devotion. So this gives maybe some meaning to assembled devotees, specifically. Yes, those who are assembled devotees, they are connected with those who are ocean of mercy and desire trees and purifiers. How is it? Well, Krishna himself, he said at the end of his message in Bhagavad Gita, Nachatasma Nanusheshu Kashine Priyatutama. Well, the verse before that, he said, there will be those who care for my devotees, those who preach my well-wishing words to my devotees, they are very dear to me. Devotional service is guaranteed for them. And actually, no other person, no other devotee is more dear to me than one who cares for my devotees by helping him to understand. Of course, to understand sometimes, not always, But sometimes a devotee needs also general care, physical, emotional, financial, intellectual, general care. And this is, of course, part. But Krishna says also, if you give spiritual care to my devotee, if you help them, Katayantas Nityan, Bodhayantas Parasparam, answer the questions or discuss between you, give enthusiasm to speak about devotional service and God. That's the highest care. And no other devotee is so dear to me than one who does this. Yeah. Another point about why specifically caring for devotees is so specific and important. Well, just like during an epidemic, you have to care for everybody. But if you care for the doctor, through him, you will care to many other persons. So caring for devotees is not like exclusive. It's more like, what can I do? If I help this devotee who is, I am a servant of the devotees. So if I help the devotees in their, whatever level, this devotee will help others. I am a servant only, servant of the servant. I don't feel myself empowered to help others on a spiritual level, to purify them from their karma through pure chanting. I don't feel myself empowered to give them the transcendental Shuddha Bhakti, pure love of God, of Krishna, Radha Krishna, but I can serve them. And through my, whatever little service, serving the devotees is very ecstatic position. You can remain yourself, little, small, low person, aspiring devotee, but you are connecting with, big people, powerful people, the devotees, assembled devotees specifically. So it's nice, you serve the doctors, and you can do a lot like that. If a doctor is helped by a team, then he can really do his job. So we have to help each other, we have to help those who are helping, we can help others. So what is this spiritual care? What is this devotee care? Of course, you have been explaining that during the week. It is through these two verses, dadati pratigrinati, sharing, expressing one's spiritual thoughts, readings, realizations. It is so inspiring when some devotee comes to us and asking questions, or, hey, you know what I read? This is really nice. Do you want to hear? And, exchanging. That's, very nice. And how to do that? This dadati pradiginati, we are pretty, with the heart. With the heart. So that's how devotee care should be done. It's above. Because you can care as a doctor, as a normal person, as a family man or woman or whatever. You can care for others, but you may not, maybe you should not put all your heart into this act. Because, then you are related with somebody who has some idea of life, and not exactly the same maybe, not perfect, and I am not perfect either, so I have to be careful not to be influenced by somebody who is also imperfect. So I don't put completely my heart into it, but some of it, definitely, human being. But a devotee, someone who bows down to God, someone who would like to develop feelings for Him, yes, then you really feel some intimate, heartfelt desire to care for this person, to respect him and help him. Yes. So how to care? Well, I had this little individual experience personally as when Prabhupada told me to care for the devotees, how? Quickly and practical. That's the basic things, basic words he told me. Learn something, learn quickly something practical. Which means caring for devotees, it should not be too far-seeing project. Not far-seeing. It should not be like a big project. Yeah, we're going to organize a big thing like that, but there's nothing immediate. It should be quick also. Maybe mainly. You should start quickly to do something, and practical. It should not be too impractical either. Yes, theoretical. Yeah. We are small persons, so we should do something quick, practical, even whatever, small or a little bigger. Yeah. That's Prabhupada told me that. Care for others quickly and practically. So what is the result of devotee care? It's a very nice position. To be servant of the servants. That's a very nice. It's not so easy, nice and comfortable to be a servant. No, you never feel yourself really. No. I'm really a devotee? Not sure. Often, I know I am not a devotee. I have, envy, whatever, all kind of things, personalism, things like that. So, that puts your head a little down, a little too often. You feel not happy. Being a servant directly of Krishna, I don't feel so happy because it's beyond my thing. That shows all the gap, the space. I have to reach. The servant of the servants. Wow, thank you. Nice. That not required to be so advanced and this and that. But I can give whatever good thing I have. I can give that. And it is such a nice feeling to feel part of the devotees. Just feeling part of it. Because you are taking care of them. And that's all what is needed to be happy, enthusiastic, and progress in devotional service. One has to be happy. And our happiness is to contribute to the happiness of the devotees, of the assembled devotees, specifically. And then, yes, devotee care is really, you could say, like the trick or the key to not be too unhappy, to guilty, to low esteem, or these feelings. Because this is at the level of anybody. Anybody can, care for devotees. And through that you feel okay. You're not required to be a great devotee. Or whatever. So maybe like that we can a little better understand these Vanchakalpata verse we offer to each others. Yes, we are servants of those assembled servants who are instruments of the great acharyas, who are full of compassion, ocean of compassion, desire-trees, and those who assemble devotees who assist them in their mission. They are connected in their heart also with ocean of mercy, desire-trees. There is some potency for that, definitely. And this potency they have, those assembled devotees assisting the acharyas, this potency will grow more and more. And it is growing. We can verify that. So it's not improper to offer to the assembled devotees Vanchakalpata Vyasha, Sindhu Jayavasha, Yo, Vaishnava Maha. Thank you very much to we devotees. Hare Krishna. Okay. Want to add something?
Devotee care, and when you say das or dasi, how can you classify? Is it not the same? Das, devotee care is the same?
I don't understand.
I mean, say das.
That?
Das.
Das.
Das. Das or dasi.
Or dasi.
Is it the same devotee care?
Yeah. Servant.
Is it the same?
Yeah. Well, you can say it's even better than servant, higher, because the servant obeys instructions. But caring servant, like who was the car driver of Pradyumna, the son of Krishna, the son of Daruka. Anyway, Pradyumna, son of Krishna, he was on battle and he got wounded bad, he lost consciousness, he was almost dying, and his chariot driver took him away from the battlefield and cared for him and revived him. And he did, he could, otherwise he was finished, Pradyumna. So, he did not wait, my master has to order me that. Well, his master was, finished. And he took the, I do it. So he was more like a servant, he was like a caring servant. And after that, Pradyumna, he said, hey, what did you do, rascal? You took me out of the battlefield, I am a warrior, I am not a eunuch. You made me like, what going to say others, Well, the chariot driver took it upon himself. I don't know, whatever they may say, what they did, I will say, it's me who did it, and I assume. So, yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, dasi, servant, but caring servant. We could say like servant is like official. We follow the etiquette, we follow the instruction, we obey the instructions, we are servants, okay. But a caring servants, that's more like something spontaneous. There's some softening of the heart, some development of feelings, relationships. It comes also slowly, it comes. Yes. But as we said at the beginning, it's not the same as just a natural caring feeling on the material level or emotional or like that. No, anybody can be caring, any materialistic people or Mayavadi especially, they are very carrying everybody, but they don't care for God. And in fact, they reject Him, and therefore they cannot do any benefit to anybody, because nobody can care for anybody in this world. We're under the stringent laws of Maya, material nature, and we cannot help anybody escape. Only God can help somebody to escape the laws of suffering of this world: birth, death, old age, disease, war, epidemics, famine, flies. Only God and those who are assisting His mission can do that. Yes. So, it's very important to differentiate. And Gopaswami said, keep aloof, care for them, but don't give your heart, because it's superficial. Yasyasti bhakti bhagavadya kinchana savya gunashtatra saranasate sura arava bhaktasya kudumadvana manoratena sati bhadatvai manorata. So they are driving their life in imagination. Imagination. Oh, I am good, I'm doing good. So many people are doing good, but is the world getting better today? We never had so many hospitals in the world today, so much technology, so much laws, again, to United Nations and this and that. We arrived at the top of that, this modern society, modern civilization. But is there any benefit to anyone? Well, some temporary benefit for those who are on top, maybe. But, is there any benefit to society? Do we see any improvement in the life of children, old people, women, poor countries, people, many people in the street, of course, like we saw yesterday, in the street everybody was nice, smiling, nicely decorated, this and that, strong. But, you go to their home, to their house when they call the doctor, or everybody has problems. So it's very important to serve those who can actually serve humanity. Yes, assemble devotees under the blessings of the great assistant of the Lord. Yes, it's almost time. Christina.
I don't know if it's a
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, I don't know if it's a commentary or a question, but I will try to. This day we mentioned at the beginning of the lecture that we have to treat the people the way we want them to treat us. And also important is to be honest. And
Is to be
honest.
honest.
Yes, honest.
Okay.
And there is one person that I'm grateful, but until the moment this person started to disturb me. And
This person
started disturbing me.
disturb you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and at some moment I can feel angry. And I mean, I can even not show this to this person, but inside I feel different way. And sometimes I wish to just this person gone from my life, And it's just like how to do.
Well, you have to calculate, to feel the distance with the person,
Yeah,
Like Prahlad Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu, his father, he likes his father, Asura Varya, he was the best of the demon. Anyway, he had some feeling for his father, but mainly he saw that he was a bad, nasty demon toward him. So, what was his feeling, Prahlad Maharaj, towards somebody who was like that? Well, no hatred. He begged Lord Nishingadev for his father, for Hiranyakashipu, please, do something for him. But he did not, he did not make any compromise with his father, like, oh my dear father, you are bad, but okay, you are my father, your principle, I understand you, demoniac principle of life at school, and no, he kept distance, not methodic toward Hiranyakashipu's activities or mentality or whatever. But in his heart, there was no negative, like no hatred. No, just, friendship with devotees, compassion with others, distance with demoniac people, or those who temporarily act as demoniac way. They may be even devotees sometimes, who temporarily they act like enemies, really, like, even in a demoniac way. So you distance, but you don't feel any hatred, and you pray the Lord, when you want my Lord, please change that.
Actually, this morning I got realization that I bring, probably I did so many bad stuff to this person, maybe in my previous lives, and I understand that I just got the roots,
That's part of the how we can not feel hatred or revenge towards somebody. We understand, what's the verse, Anukampa, Tate Anukampa, Susanik Shamano. We know everything comes from our own direction of our own activities, and they are just instruments. Okay, that helps too, like that. But the main thing is, what you say, how to feel, how to stop. Never a devotee feels hatred toward anybody. No, it's just, impossible. Impossible. We feel shocked, oh, how good, but it's within a family, when we have a strong, bonded family, family is family. I mean, that's just a material example, of course. But, even if one of your brother, sister, or cousin do something really bad, you see, it's really bad, and you distance, but you don't feel hatred, it's family. So, Aham Bija Pada Pita, Krishna is the Father, Supreme Father of everybody. How can we feel hatred to anybody? Krishna doesn't hate anybody. Samoham Sarveshlu, Name Dvesho Istina Priya. I don't hate anybody. So, Hare Krishna. It's not easy sometimes, but it helps to be a devotee for that. Okay? Okay, devotee care at 10 o'clock. Ki Jai. Thank you very much. Prabhupada Ki Jai. Prabhupada Vrinda.